we still buying shoes? I hope so, because that means we're still running. I'm running more actually on the road than trails these days. Stay close to home and avoid the crowded parks. And my go-to shoe for the road are Nikes, and for trail, as you may know, are Hokas. I saw this shoe and it had a shape I like, a kind of marathon shoe shape. Let me explain that. That reminded me of the Vaporfly Next Percent. Difference is, hey, this is 140 and that's 250 that I can't find, and this I can find. And here I am. I was back in December when I could go to the Nike store and try them on. This is the Next Percent. I felt I was flying. I was looking for a shoe like that. And what's a shoe like that? Well, a shoe with that kind of shape in the cushioning, as you can see, as well as very narrow in the center. And the other thing that was interesting for me was this Flyease, right? Finally getting rid of the shoelaces after how many years? 200 years? I don't know. It's an interesting price, especially because I got my $20 off for my birthday discount on the Nike app. So this is the Pegasus 37, Zoom Pegasus 37, 37 years. I mean, this is older than me, I wish. So Pegasus, what's Pegasus? Pegasus is flying horse, right? But most of all, it's a horse, and this is a workhorse. So it's cheaper than most of the Nike shoes. And by the way, I will compare with the Pegasus Turbo 180 and with the Nike Zoom Flyknit. Let's go back to this. Cheaper than most, resilient. Like, remember Pegasus, the horse, right? The outsole is stronger than any of their road counterparts. Compare, and obviously you can see that here what happens is that this is going to be very affected by the way that I run, that maybe it's the way that you run. And if you look at this, pretty much the same thing. But look at this, how sturdy this black rubber is. So outsole, really nice. And look at this is like maybe 2-3 millimeters. This is even 3 to 4 millimeters. The advantage is that you can go on trails, which I like, because I get out of my home, road, and then trail. So outsole stronger than any of the other road counterparts. You want one shoe that you can go on trails as well, this is it. Another thing that helps there is the rubber front. This rubber front right here, it's much harder than any other rubber front. Quite frankly though, that's a problem for me. This hard rubber in front makes it harder, and therefore my big toe starts after a while, in the long run, starts to get a little bit bothered by it, right? 37 years, lots has changed. This is the new shape. The more time it goes, the more this becomes longer and longer, right? Look at the Alpha Fly, the model that the elite runners are using. Well, it's even bigger. I really started running in it and to see what happened. And here I am, not a war in the world, going for my long run with my new shoes. Second time was using them, so I was feeling comfortable. You can see that here the foam does not compress really a lot, which means I'm moving forward. Just step on it and it moves you forward. It doesn't let you slow down. And also on the trail, let's see, it has a good traction. Those 2, 3, 4 millimeter ridges really help, and it make a lot of difference, even on the downhill compared to flat shoes for the road. So definitely it's a good shoe for transitioning from road to trail. And also here you don't see a lot of compression of the cushioning. And also you can avoid dogs and pedestrians. And I really wanted to compare to the Pegasus Turbo and to the Zoom Flyknit. Comparing to the Turbo 180, why is this cheaper? Well, this is the Zoom cushioning. It's pretty hard, which is a good thing in a way, because it has more energy return. I don't like to waste energy, right? But this is the top of the cushioning on the Pegasus Turbo. This is the Zoom X, the Zoom X. Less of it, so the fact that there is a carbon plate helps. If you look at the Zoom Flyknit, you can see that this is the Nike React cushion, so it's still different. And by the way, you can also see here full-length carbon fiber plate. Why am I telling you this? Why am I still comparing to this? Shouldn't this be a review of the Pegasus 37? Yeah, maybe, but you know, when I make a decision which shoe to buy, I want to compare. Do I buy this or do I buy this? This is a racing shoe, lighter, much lighter. This, it tends to be lighter than this. Why? Because look at this upper here. This is just the Flyknit. It's a sock, right? That's it. While this has a lot of stuff, and by the way, it has this Flyease, which is, I think, very comfortable. And let me talk about it for a second. So what I like about the Flyease, first of all, that Nike got it right because this is elastic. So it distributes pressure very evenly. That's what you want. The Salomons, for example, they have a similar system. They tend to be very tight in some spots and not others. Instead, this is elastic. They tend to be tighter here than in the rest on the top, because as you can see, there's a bunch of them all getting together. Another thing that happens though is they have to add an additional material because they don't want the strings to get into your skin. So they add this additional material. And they also have to add additional hardware to make this work. Do I like it? Yes, I do like it. You may think, well, who cares? You only tie once at the beginning. No, you don't. And by the way, you check if they are untied. Yes, you double tie them, but hey, they get untied. You know, while I was running this, I was checking if they were untied or not, and there are no shoelaces. So I'm like, I want to get rid of these shoelaces, okay? I really like aesthetically this shoe. This is more a dark blue than a black. The rubber in front makes it a little bit uncomfortable for me, so Nike, that's the only problem. I really like the outsole again because, you know, I think they will last longer. If you want a shoe that lasts longer and it's comfortable, this is your shoe. And if you want a shoe that has no shoelaces, I'm not a traditionalist, I want innovation, then get it Flyease. This is to make it the perfect size for you. Then you put it here, and then you slip your foot in, and there you go, and you're out of there. Keep on running, guys. Never stop. Waiting more for the pandemic. We need to run more. Yeah, I know it's hard, but hey, what else are you gonna do? Zoom, conference calls, looking videos on YouTube. See you later.